Hey guys, Commander here, and I know it's more BDSP. I just didn't want to do just constant butt clicking like that for button clicking, where it's in the background for this video. This one's a little more, and this is gonna be the last BDSP video for a few days. I know this is what I've been pumping out a lot, but it's the easiest game for me to just sit and relax on. I'm probably gonna do a cat crop video next week. I'm not sure, but this is the story about my brain injury. This is gonna be a long one, so before we go any further, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, share, like, and whatever else I'm missing. Like I just said, this is going to be a fairly long video. Let's actually get the music up a little. That might be too loud. But this is the story of how my brain injury occurred. So I want to say I was about 4 and I was going to a preschool. I'm not going to disclose the name of the preschool. If you know me personally, you know what school it is. And I was friends with this kid. Let's just call him a generic name, John. So John lived on like a farm. And one of the things they would do is what you would see at like a county fair or like a party or whatever. Or like when you go pumpkin picking in October, you would see like the hay bale rides. That's where this comes into play, and this is where my fear of bees actually kind of started. Like, when we took the hay bale ride, it was me and it was 3 family members and 2 of my friends, one of which I was very close with. And still, not really anymore, but I keep in touch. So we take the hay bale ride. And for those who've never been on one of these, a pony or horse will walk around and have it's like a tractor hooked up to them. Don't worry, it's not inhumane. It's, kind of normal. Or it'll be like a tractor with a trailer on the back, but it's very simple. Once you see it. And we're going on, it was supposed to be about a 20-minute thing. I was sitting there relaxing, and I want to say about 20, or not 20, I want to say about 10 minutes in, there's a distance of, or there's 2 poles. There's a telephone wire pole, and then there is a tree. I want to say it was just about 5.5 to 6 feet in distance between the 2. And the pony that was, pulling the carriage or trailer, whatever it was, I don't remember exactly, got stung by a yellow jacket, and this pony just happened to be allergic to bee venom. It got stung on the knee. Everyone, and this is where I was told by one of my family members what happened up to this point. It got stung in the knee. Everyone went back except for me. I start to go forward, and I rolled out of the trailer. or it was either out of the trailer or over the horse. I can't remember exactly. But no, it was over the pony. And I hit my head right in front of it, just straight on the floor, and I rolled down. And I was just rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling for what seemed like eternity. I'd passed out once, my head connected with the floor. And this is where things got pretty bad. I got a very bad concussion. I now have blurry vision, slightly blurry vision in my left eye permanently. And another thing that had happened was I had something called a hematoma. If I could show a picture, I would. A hematoma, for those who are not familiar, it's a ball of pus. It's like a giant pimple that could go from the size of your thumbnail to the size of, like, I want to say the largest I ever saw was a baseball. And this was about the size of that. This hematoma, it was right behind my ear. And my head was open, quite obviously, between hitting it and rolling, so I had to get staples. It just was not fun. I had a lot of issues then. I was stuck inside for a long time. And still, I'm an introvert because of this. And the lasting effects were headaches that get extremely, extremely bad. And these ain't no migraines. It's the best way I've described the headaches is it's like a cluster headache, which, for those who are not familiar with that, a quarter of your brain gets a massive headache attack on and off for hours. Just imagine all of that pain happening in one shot for about 2 hours, and that's what I was going through. I had a massive headache constantly for about a week, and I still get my headaches. I have one right now. But still, I wanted to get this video out for you. But other things that, led to... Then there was a second head injury not a lot of people are familiar with outside of my immediate family. There was an incident. I was about, I want to say it was 8. And I was just playing, and I think it was recess. And I tripped, hitting my head on a wall, and believe me, that hurts. Because in elementary schools, all those walls are like bricks, so I hit the side of my head and had a pretty big mark, all things considered. It did not feel good. The best way to describe that feeling is when you throw if you smashed a brick with a giant sledgehammer, that's the equivalent of the pain I felt, because it was right on my temple. I'm lucky I'm even still here. And I have something called I have constant what are called tremors. No, not like the movie. I have constant shaking. You know where I still have them. I just don't show it that often because it happens more so under stress. So I don't take blood pressure medication because it's not my blood pressure. It's not, too much sugar or whatever. And yes, I drink a lot of energy drinks, but the shaking has been happening for years upon years upon years. I wish I could tell you when the first one happened. Or when the first one was noticed. But that actually didn't take as long as I thought. So let's actually go over another story where I got a phobia of bees. So I was about 4 years old, and this was a couple of months before the head injury. I was at my next door neighbor's house. We were having our birthday party. Or mine, I should say. And I still have, like the water wings or swimmies, whatever you want to call them, those like little inflatable things you see kids have at pools. It's like, it's basically arm floaties, which is what I called them as a kid. And I'm about to go off the diving board. And when you're at the age between, like, I think like 2 and 5, you see a bug, you just want to step on it because you're a little curious. I go to do that, and it was a yellow jacket. And one of the things I remember is it was staring back at me. Like, I remember it looking me in the eyes. So I go to step on it, and right before my foot connects, its stinger comes out, and it gets me right in the center of the foot. And yellow jacket stingers are not supposed to disconnect. I stepped on it so hard, it came off. I flattened the thing, which didn't help. But, like, it hurt beyond anything I could describe. Having to get that thing out was a pain. I was screaming in pain. I had to have tweezers put in. Or we had to get tweezers to get my feet out, or not my feet out, the stinger out. And I want to say for a good, like, week, I was quiet as a box. And this is what kind of caused me to be an insider, more so than anything else that's happened in my life. I know the earthquake is coming. Like, after that happened, I forgot which parent it was, but one of my parents got me a Game Boy, but it wasn't just any Game Boy, it was the Pikachu Game Boy Advance SP. If you know it, you know it. And the game that came with it was Pokemon Fire Red. Literally my first Pokemon game, and you could see what it's turned me into. Pokemon became my number one thing. My entire life was Pokemon. I would ask, oh, can we get cards? Can we get the newest game? And all of that. But ever since that day, if I see a bee, even now, I'm in my 20s. If I see a bee, I will start freaking out. I feel my heart rate spike, and I just find a way to get away from it as quickly as possible. When I was young, my brother would make buzzing noises like buzz, 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 buzz. And have like, I would have a panic attack. Like, I did not mean to click that. But were there any other stories I could talk about? There really isn't anything that I can personally think of. So, no, there actually was one story on how I almost, what do you call it? I actually have a lot of stupid short stories from when I was a young kid. I want to say I was about 11 years old. I was playing Platinum, I think, and we were in. I was with my family, and I think I was with my dad, and we were walking into Costco. He shows the membership card, and then a couple of minutes later, I yell like "ow," like I was hurt. My dad turns around, and I was not looking where I was going because I was too focused on Platinum, and I got hit by a rascal. And I don't mean like a misbehaving child. A rascal is like one of those like motorized scooters you see in a store. Like the motorized carts for people that are handicapped or like elderly. There was the story of how I actually found out I loved running and how it became a stress reliever. So I was about 14, I want to say. And I just entered my freshman year of what do you call it? I entered my freshman year of high school. The cross country team was walk on. I was a very out of shape child. I was not healthy in any sense of the word. But I was terrible at running at first, but then I realized, part of it was I need to have some sort of media playing when I'm working out, doing stuff around the house, whatever, or sometimes even just playing like Call of Duty or Fortnite, any game. I will sit there and listen to some sort of media, whether it's podcasts, music, whatever, or just having a video in the background. I just need something going on to be able to kind of, stay on task, be focused. Good thing that connected. And it got to a point where I realized running was actually a stress reliever for me. I realized this when I was, I think, in senior year of high school. I stopped doing cross country just because I didn't see I just didn't see it being, worth my time to run with other people. That wasn't what I enjoyed doing. Never really did. Does Grumpig not have a way to hit dark types? I gotta look up that moveset. Just doing a time check. But the winter, I do gain a bit of weight, but spring, summer, and fall, I do go out of my way to lose as much of that weight as possible. But it is a little more difficult for me just because I don't really have a lot of time on my hands, especially on weekends when it's nicer. But during the week, whenever I can, I'm able to get out if I don't have work at my second job. I would, if it's this week has been very cold despite it being the first week of spring, and next week I'm gonna try getting out every single day. Monday to Thursday is usually my run schedule if I have the time for it. That's gonna sting. But that's really all the stories I can think of right now. If you guys want a second story time with other things that have happened in my life, let me know. And if there are any stories from your personal life that you would want me to talk about, that would be something I'd actually be willing to do as well. You can either leave it in a comment on just anywhere on this channel, because I always look. Try on the newer posts, the newer videos, whatever, even on my shorts. And I will find a way to talk about it in a video. I will obviously credit you. But I don't want any super outlandish stories. I want stuff that's going to be kind of, kind of family friendly, but at the same time, if you want to talk about a ghost story, let me know about it here. DM me on Instagram or on Discord. All of my socials will be in the description. And yeah, that's really it. Just again, the standard YouTube shenanigans, like, subscribe, share, and comment. And then hit the notification bell to get notified of any upload that happens here on the channel. And let me know what you guys want to see. I want to say tomorrow is going to be a non-record day. If I do a short, that'll be the video, but I don't plan on making a video for tomorrow. Friday, I may do the news I may do a video just on the terror raids for Iron Hands and Brute on it, but it's not something I'm interested in. I've kind of, lost the taste for Scarlet and Violet with everything I've been doing. So I really hope everyone has a good day or night, depending on when you're watching. And yeah, that's really it. I'll see you guys next time.